I showed you the exact thought process behind the trade. We are trading a competition account on FundaNext, a free competition. You get 100k account and then you can trade, and based on how you perform, you're gonna get different rewards, right? It's a bit risky to take on my personal account, but overall we came in this 1 hour FVG. We raided London lows, and then we got a market structure shift, breaking this high right here, breaking this inverse and leaving a perfect gap here. So this is where I took my entry, and I'm looking to target this equal highs right here, and this will be my break-even point. We're looking good. We're looking like stable price action. Now normally this is my break-even spot, but considering that I'm trading this competition account, I don't really care about going break-even. I'm considering taking some partials around this level, but we'll see. For now, price is looking really healthy. We should continue. It's a bit slow, but we might have a reaction here. I'm gonna watch how price reacts around this level, because here we can take, it's a 2.3, so we'll see what happens. I don't know why in this competition you're not allowed to risk more than 3 lots. Your max risk amount is 3 lots, so on this is like $500, so on a 100k account this is 0.5. It's a really small risk. I don't know why they don't let you risk at least 1 or at least 5 lots. That's why I don't really think like taking partial is that worth it. But yeah, I'm closing this. Doesn't look good. So we managed to make, bro, close. Okay, so we managed to make about 1%. Let's just say we closed here, so we closed at a 2.3 R, right? That's pretty good, actually. It was a pretty good trade. Let's go over the trade from A to Z, right? It's a bit of a weird price action. So we were bullish, right? We came off an MVG and we just broke structure higher. Then if we go down on the 1 hour, what we can see is a gap here. This is a really good gap because it's in extreme prices, and we had a lot of liquidity. We had this low here. We had this low here. Discount prices, extreme FVG. So pricing, if we draw fib on this range, it's really good pricing for us to look for buys here, even though it's short term. Even if it's short term, it doesn't matter. So as soon as I saw this 1 hour FVG, this became my area of interest. I'm not interested in any trades before this 1 hour FVG gets stopped, gets reached. Then I dwell deeper on the 50 minute. On the 50 minute, we can actually see we were pretty bearish for Asia and London, right? We had bearish structure formed here. So when price does this, when Asia, London displace in the same direction, this is a pretty good sign for reversal. I know when price does this, it's usually prone for a New York reversal, right? Then if it will deeper on the 5 minute time frame, you see as soon as we swept London lows, we had a really clean market structure shift right here. Clean market structure shift after we raided liquidity. If we look even closer, we actually see we have another confluence, which is we inversed this bearish gap here. So this was enough. First, we had a raid on liquidity. Second, we inversed a bearish gap. Third, we broke structure above a pretty decent high. Here, I just took my entry of this 5 minute FVG. You may say why I didn't take it of the inverse, because exactly of cases like this, when they're really close, it's just safe to put your entry on the FVG pick because there's a chance for your inverse to not get taken. It's exactly what happened here. My idea was to target this highs right here because it's just obvious liquidity. In my opinion, it's really obvious. I saw that we had a lot of liquidity here, so we had to be careful around this because it's a lot of liquidity, and we also had a gap here. So because of how this much liquidity and also being a kind of decent R, this became my break-even point, and this is partials, right? Why did this become my partial level? Is because it's London highs and because it's a gap. As soon as we see this, we have a bearish 1 hour gap, so we need to be careful of this. That's why it's a level for taking partial, because it's a high chance of offering a reaction lower. Now you might ask, why did I close the trade on this high? Because it's a 1 hour gap, so if we actually don't break above it pretty strong, it's a huge sign that we're gonna go lower and respect this bearish order flow that we initiated during early in the day. So after taking these highs, our partial level, I dwell deeper on the 1 minute and on the 3 minute to see how price behaves. If price wanted to continue, first of all, we would have broken above the gap. See how perfectly we respected the gap. We didn't close above it, we perfectly respected. Nobody's closed above. Then you look even closer, right? We had a gap formed around that liquidity level, that partial level. This gap should have held price higher, should have been respected if we wanted to continue towards this highs, but we came and inversed it What's this? It's a bearish sign. It's exactly the same thing we looked at an entry. A bearish gap got inversed, a bullish gap got inversed. The reasons you should close your trade are the same reasons you look for an entry. It's like looking for an entry on the bearish side is the same. Like here I looked on an entry on a bullish. Here we got a bearish entry. When you get a bearish entry, this is a signal that price is willing to go lower, right? We inverse the gap. That's a bearish sign. That's a bearish in a 1 hour gap after taking a liquidity level. Is just like it's a really good sell setup. So actually what you can do here is even take a sell model, right? You can actually even take a sell from here, but I'm not gonna do that. So basically what I want you to take away from this trade is how you should manage your trade, right? How you should manage a trade, how you should enter a trade, and how you should manage a trade. First, I showed you the exact thought process of how we enter a trade, of where I would look to take my break even. I don't have an exact rule of putting my stop loss to break even. It's just based on experience. Here we had really a lot of liquidity and a gap, so here is a high chance we see a reaction lower. That's why we protect our stop loss by going break even. We eliminate risk on the trade. Next, where is our partial level? You can either take your partials either on the break-even level or on another liquidity level. For me, partials are here because we have 1 hour gap, and here it's London highs. Normally you don't look to close your trade here, but we got really bearish signs, which for me signaled that we're not gonna reach for this equal highs. We are gonna reject and we're gonna hold this 1 hour AVG. We had a really clean entry on this trade, right? Really clean. Think about that. Today we had bank holiday, and I also wanted to explain you the reason I didn't take this on my funded account is because JPY had bank holiday today, and we also had this equal lows right here, so it was way too risky for me to take this on my funded account. We had a 0.93 win here, so you can see clearly buy 1 USD JPY. Sadly, you cannot risk more than 3 lots. 3 lots on this account was around 0.5%. So we can see price is 157,116. This was our entry around exactly here. We got a really sniper entry. I'm not gonna doing the webcam today because I look like shit, so I just hope you found something useful in this video. I showed you the exact thought process behind the trade, how we entered, my thought process behind entering, my thought process on where I looked to get our break even, and where I looked to take partials. And you saw that my initial TP was here, and you saw exactly why I closed the trade. I'm not saying that I'm completely right. Hopefully next time we're going to be trading our funded account, not a competition account. Stay hard, stay motivated, never stop growing.